गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are looking at the last Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sanyaasa Yoga Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha. So we are looking at this refrain that has been going on through the various chapters. First was Vishada Yoga, then it was Sankhya Yoga, then it was Karma Yoga, and so on it went on. And Bhakti Yoga, Gunatita Yoga. Now this is Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. And here we were seeing the great, wherever there is Arjuna and Krishna, or Krishna and Arjuna, wherever these two are there alone. Oh, sorry, no, that was in the previous one. The success is that was the previous one. So what was here? What was the topic? Correct. Why? That's the correct one. So wherever the Arjuna and Krishna are there alone. Shri is there alone. The Mahalakshmi, Shri, that is the wealth, that is there alone. The victory is there alone. The Bhutihi, Dhruva Nitir Mama. So we are looking at this one. And who is Lord Krishna? I was explaining last time. Lord Krishna here is taken as the Ishvara. If you take him as Nirgun Nirakar, then he is the Ishvara. If you take him as with form, then he is the Virat Purush, which he showed himself in 11th chapter. And wherever the Lord is there, and who is this Virat Purush, or who is this Ishvara, whose all potentialities are under his control. He is not slave of the potentialities. So naturally, the potentiality of Lord Krishna is, or Narayana is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. So all the wealth in the physical world, all the wealth in the subtle world, or the beyond, whatever is there, everything is Narayana does not have to go and earn it. He is shown to be earning it because he was sent to Sandipani ashram or to various teachers. But in one go, it's like wherever there is gas, you light the matchstick, immediately fire comes. So the moment he comes in contact with the teacher, immediately all the knowledge is invoked. You need some trigger for an incarnation. So it is shown that they also went through, but because they are so focused, immediately the knowledge comes. So here what is told is, if like Arjuna, we also be one with Lord Krishna and none other, then automatically all the wealth, all the powers are there to support us. It's not that you are hankering after them, you are not desiring after them, but they are automatically there. And with this knowledge, Arjuna asked Krishna, I want you to be my charioteer, I don't care about your army. So it didn't say wherever army and Arjuna are there the Shri and Vijay will be there. It is told where Krishna and Arjuna are there, with that bhava. And that we see in Arjuna, that he requested Shri Krishna to be his charioteer. And Bhishmacharya knows, Dronacharya knows, many other, Kripacharya knows that wherever there is Krishna, there alone the victory will be. Yet, because they have eaten the salt of the kingdom, so they are duty bound in their own minds to fight from the wrong side and come to their destruction. And in this manner, here it was told, Arjuna is also well known by the name Vijaya, victory, and Lord Krishna is victory personified. So Arjuna has never lost a war and Krishna can never be defeated. Story over. So that he who has never lost a war and he who cannot be defeated, when they come together, then victory personified, and so wealth and victory will certainly go to them. Since Lord Krishna and Lakshmi are his parents, will not the trees in his country compete with Kalpataru trees? Once your parents are Krishna and Lakshmi, why will you fight with some wish fulfilling tree when their parents is Krishna and Lakshmi, the creator, the source? So that is what is told. Will not the ordinary stones in this country become the philosopher's stones, or will not the land there be of gold? Is it my wonder? Is it any wonder that the rivers of such a place should flow with nectar, where such a land is there, where the student and teacher are one, where the devotee and the Lord are one, as exemplified in the characters of Krishna and Arjuna, between the individual and the total or infinite. Wherever these together, all these things, anything you touch will be fruitful, there will be plenty on that land, because that is the dharma. Ultimate dharma is to bring about, invoke this devotion where your mind surrenders heart and soul to the divine, like Arjuna has. Then automatically there will be plenty in that household. There will be plenty. How does a sannyasi live? How do the Mahatmas live in the jungle? They don't worry about where the food is going to come from, where the money is going to come from, where the blanket is going to come from. Their focus is only on merging in the divine. Everything gets taken care of. Does it mean that they have the best of the bed and best of the mattress and best of the blankets and best of the food? No. Then what is their attitude? Whatever is coming is prasad of the Lord. Whatever is not coming is the condition created by the Lord so that I can purify further. That's the attitude. Not demand. Because I did so many years of tapasya, Bhagwan did not give me, let me change God now. ऐसे नहीं है. That means he has not understood the word God. So will not the stones, philosopher's stone is anything that touches the philosopher's stones becomes gold. So just like the Midas touch, that story comes in the Western philosophy, but that story is also borrowed from our stories only. There used to be one king, I can't remember the name. So that is the story. Whoever used to touch, it used to become stone. All his loved ones, everyone, they became gold. One day by mistake, he went to, he saw white hair in his head and he went to pluck it, he became gold. Because that's the boon he got. But here we are talking about not that type of gold, but plenty, abundance. Abundance is not a physical value, it's a mental construct. The feeling of abundance, even in the lack of everything, there can be abundance in your heart. Is it any wonder that the rivers of such place should flow with nectar? O king, think for yourself, why should we not call his mere utterance as the words of the Vedas and take him to be the existence, consciousness, bliss in human form? Sanjay Maharaj, the charioteer Sanjay, he was the charioteer of King Dhritarashtra, the blind king. He is trying to bring sense to the brain of our Dhritarashtra, the blind. He is blind by eyes, but it seems he is even blind by intellect, he is blind by reason, he is not able to see what is right and wrong. And even though he has heard the greatness of Sri Krishna, still he is attached to his son, still he is attached to the doom that he is going to bring about as a result of his decisions. And the decision is that the war must continue. He felt he was winning the war because he had Bhishmacharya on his side. Today, when he has heard this entire episode of last 10 days from the mouth of Sanjay, he heard it because the news came that Bhishmacharya has fallen. Still in his brain, in his mind, the shift is not taking place. That stop the war, surrender to Sri Krishna or Yudhishthir and call it quits. And everyone will survive after that. Everyone will survive after that. But no, when some thought fixation takes place, then God only help. We have to come out of thought fixations, and only Lord can get us out of thought fixation. One of the girls came with us. She had a thought fixation of snakes, fear of snakes. So we went to one place called Tanalot, and it's a tidal temple. So when the tide goes down, you can walk to the temple in the ocean, and when the tide comes in, you run back. We went there, and on the opposite of the thing, there is a cave, and in that 2 snakes are there. They are the protectors of that island. So one priest was sitting there. I said, come. So we took her hand, touched the snake. And she touched. She was scared, but touched. Then after we did everything, I said, now you go and touch alone, by yourself, without any support. She touched. Hopefully it's all gone. Just by thinking about it or looking at it, that feeling that comes inside, that has to go. That's all. After that, it's okay. And there was one place. Many times, once I have tried before in Singapore airport, I put my foot in a tank where all the fish come and eat away your dead skin. It's so tickly and it's so uncomfortable. And yesterday, when I was changing some money, Upi was sitting there. So he says, Swami, come. Okay, I also get in. And all the fish came. Now my whole game for 15 minutes was not to react to the tickling sensation that is happening at my feet. Thought fixation. Everything is a thought fixation. I think that this week we concluded last class. Everything in our life is a thought fixation. Thought fixation happens when we give value to something with great intensity, with great emotion. Then it becomes, if it is fear, it will get fixated in your mind. If it is success, it will get fixated. If it is Lord, mind does not know the difference. If it is Lord, it will get fixated. So if you with devotion, surrender, commitment, sincerity, commit to the Lord, then that will become, but you have to bring out the necessary required emotion to go with that intensity. Intensity doesn't happen by mere forcefulness. That is like breaking your head against the wall. But when it is attached with emotions, feelings, then it creates a deep impression in your mind. So if you want Lord to become the impression in your mind, where your mind voluntarily keeps going to the Lord, that's the way. So here our Sanjay, he is telling the blind king, drop that thought fixation that you want to continue the king. He has already been told, you will continue to be the king whether your sons become the crown prince or the Pandavas become the crown. You are still going to be the king. You are not going to lose your king throne. But no, he wants only his children. And that's what humanity, what do you call, that I shouldn't say humanity, those parents who are attached only with their children, then it is like Dhritarashtra. Our attitude should be that my children, yes, little bit extra is always there, but our attitude should be the same. What attitude we have to our other children should be the same with our children. For me, her kids are as dear as her kids, are as dear as any other person's kids. That even-mindedness towards all kids, that should be there. Whoever is in front, be 100% with them. But we are invested only in our children. And then with our children comes body identification. With body identification, we are studying Bhagavad Gita. How will we go ahead? How will we go ahead? But that does not mean that you don't do your duty. You do that. But inside somewhere there should be a detachment. Inner vairagya, outer involvement. Outer involvement is not because of your desires. Outer involvement is happening because of destiny. By Lord's will. See it as Lord's will. Forget about destiny also. It's Lord's will. And what is inside? See, this idea of vairagya and destiny is only as long as you are individual. See? So whatever is happening outside, life is bringing it to you. You respond in the appropriate manner. But inside, you remain disconnected from everything without telling anyone. Continuing 1646 तयाचे बिसाट शब्द सुखे म्हणो येती वेद सदेह सच्चिदानंद कान भावे ते पै स्वर्गा पवर्ग दोन्ही ये पदे जया अधीनी तो श्रीकृष्ण बाप जननी कमळा जया म्हणवनी जिया बाही उभा तो लक्ष्मी येचा वल्लभा तेथे सर्व सिद्धी स्वयंभा ये रमी नेणे आणि समुद्राचा मेघू उभयोगे तयाहूनी चांगू तैसा पार्थी आजी लागू आहे तये कनकत्व दीक्षा गुरु लोहा परिसु होय किरू परी जगा पोसिता व्यवहारू तेची जाणे. He says here, O king, both, see, knowledge is being imparted by a charioteer to his master. And that audacity is coming in Sanjay to do that because he has had the vision of the infinite. He has had the vision of the Vishwarup. So he has heard the entire Bhagavad Gita. He has transformed. Our Dhritarashtra has heard the Bhagavad Gita. No change. Which one are we? You know which one are we? We are the in-between. The one who is neither this side or not that side, they are called ghosts. We are ghosts. Neither in God nor in the world. Those who are not in God and nor in world, they are called what? Spiritual seekers. Only a ghost can be a spiritual seeker. Because individuality is a ghost. Nothing called individuality. We take it so seriously. Huh? O king, between the liberation, both heaven and liberation will be subservient to him who has Lord Krishna and Goddess Lakshmi as his parents. Namdev Maharaj, when he was young, his father used to give him, he used to do the puja of the statue in the house and then give the prasad. And he used to show to the son. See, he used to hide the prasad. See, Bhagwan ate the prasad. You close your eyes. Once you open your eyes, Bhagwan would have eaten the prasad. One day, his father said, son, now you're a little bit grown up. Can you take care of the puja today and show prasad to the Lord? I have to go to the other village for some time. He went, he gave the prasad, closed his eyes, opened, the prasad is still there. And he says, oh, my dad will be very unhappy that maybe I am not a good devotee, that I am impure. Why you did not eat my prasad? Every day you eat from my dad. What have I done that you are not eating my prasad? Where did I fall short in my puja? I did it very, with full heart and everything. And he kept in that both. Why God and his Narayana and Lakshmi, why they didn't eat, and the other side is what will happen if the father comes and finds that the Bhagwan did not eat the prasad. So he kept crying and crying and crying and fell at the feet of the statue with his head on the feet of the Lord. And the Lord appeared, goddess appeared, she fed him herself. Bhagwan Krishna also came, Vithala also came, and then afterwards they fed him. Prasad was over because they fed him. Then the father came, where's the prasad? He says, Bhagwan ate and he fed me also some. So many years I've been doing puja. Lord has never appeared. You have started lying also. He said, no, I am telling you genuinely, truthfully, that the Lord and his wife came. She put me on her laps and with her own hands she fed me. But see, those who are caught up in karma kanda, those who are only caught up in hypocrisy, they are doing the right actions by way of bodily actions. They are doing the right actions by the way of mouth, speech. They might be doing the right actions by having the right thoughts, but no surrender, no bhav. Where the Lord will come? This young child who is uncorrupted invoked that genuinely because he has been given that data that Bhagwan has been eating the prasad. And then the father took the stick and he was about to hit him. At that time the Lord and his wife, Vithala and Rakumai, they both appeared to protect the child. And when they came to protect the child, because of that child, the father and mother also got the darshan of the Lord. See? So who is our true parent? Is it the physical parents? Or is it the divine parents? Who is the true husband? Is it the physical husband? Or is it like Mihraji has accepted Krishna as her husband and merged into him? Because there was no doubt in her mind. See? The same way Sudama, who's the best friend? Not anyone. His friend was Krishna. Isn't it? Who is the best lover? Not physical lovers. All the gopis, they loved Krishna. And he made sure that they merged into him while living. While living, they merged into him. That type of commitment, that type of surrender is required. So all miraculous powers will favor willingly that party which is backed by them. Meaning, you understand, that when we have accepted our physical parents, what they can give us? Only what they know. Did they give me all the knowledge? No. Because when I used to ask questions, my parents had no answers for many things. But then the Guru, eventually I went beyond that, I went beyond seeking answers from parents to seeking answers from Om, or seeking answers from the Lord. And in that way, where some point came, then the Lord appeared as the teacher to instruct me in the right direction. See? And even before the physical teacher came into my life to study 2 years, so many teachers have come and directed from within to do this practice or that practice, or practice the pranayama in this manner or that manner, and as a result, evolution took place. And that time only one photograph I had in my heart, with me, for how many 9 years I was traveling. working in different countries, studying. Narayana. Only Narayana photograph. No, our Balaji, Tirupati Balaji. I know this much and nothing more, Sanjay is telling. The cloud is more beneficial than its progenitor, the sea. So is more beneficial. The sea water you cannot drink. Sea water you cannot use it for cultivation, isn't it? It's water, H2O, but you cannot use it. But that same water, when it becomes evaporated and comes down as rainwater, it becomes fresh, it becomes drinkable, it becomes irrigatable. Exactly, comes down. Point here made is comes down. So that Parabrahma, Nirgun, Nirakar Parabrahma, Paramatma, he is of no use. Just like ocean is of no use. If you want to see him and take advantage and create a relationship or surrender or befriend him, then when that Parabrahma Paramatma comes down and takes incarnation as Ram or Sri Krishna or Buddha, then he is beneficial, then you can create a relationship. Just as when the sea water, which is unusable, comes down as rainwater, then it is usable, then it is beneficial. How so pertinent examples are being taken. We don't think in this manner. Sitting by ourselves, we'll never think in this manner. Even these examples don't come to our mind, isn't it? The cloud is more beneficial than its progenitor, the sea. Similar is the case of Arjuna. The philosopher's stone, the preceptor, meaning here philosopher's stone is the Guru Maharaj. Remember, for Arjuna, Krishna was the teacher as well as the Lord. So when he takes him as the teacher, he is the Guru. So the preceptor means the Guru transforms iron, the disciple, into gold. How does he transform the disciple into gold? From inertness, he brings him to consciousness by his vision, by his words, by his care, by his love, by his continuous instructions, by continuous correction. If the student takes it wrongly, he doesn't care. The Guru Maharaj is complete. It's the student's prerogative to be available to the teacher. But all the transactions of the world are carried on the basis of gold. Come. So all transactions in the world are carried on the basis of gold. You cannot have ornament without a gold. Correct? If there was no sea, there will be no evaporation. If there is no evaporation, there is no cloud. There is no cloud, there is no freshwater rain. If there is no freshwater rain, there is no fresh water to drink. There is no rivers, there is no irrigation possible. So many things. You cannot produce electricity. But all this was possible because there was sea water, Parabrahma Paramatma. So because there is Parabrahma Paramatma, therefore everything else is possible. Because there is gold, therefore all ornaments are possible. Because there is mud, therefore all pots are possible, and so on. Because there is rope, there is snake possible. Is he there or not there? That's not the question. It is, but even that thinking that it is possible, it is something has to be there on which you superimpose. If a woman is not there, how can you superimpose the mother or the daughter or the sister or the wife? You cannot. The original has to be there. So exactly the same thing. Sanjay's attention is again and again going to the original. And he wants his master to also benefit from that. See, that is the dedication. That is the dedication. He can't reprimand his master. He can't scold. He can't push him or instruct him. He can only share, being his, being employed by him, he can only share. Krishna can scold Arjuna, Krishna can correct Arjuna, Krishna can guide Arjuna, Krishna can say, I love you so much that I'll give you I'll have to give you open your third eye. He can do all that. But Sanjay cannot do that to Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra has not accepted Sanjay as the teacher. He has not accepted. So Sanjay knows his place. All he is doing is putting his experience in such a manner that this blind king gets moved a little bit. That's all you can do. See? That's what we do. We know. Nobody has everybody is self-sufficient. So all we do is keep sharing the knowledge in satsang, that maybe someone becomes available and transforms themselves. Because we cannot transform someone. Teacher cannot transform someone. Student can. So just like Sanjay cannot say, I am teaching you, my eyes are opened, now you accept my guru. You cannot say that. Similarly, we also don't say that we are your guru. Never. No teacher will ever say, I am your guru. The student has to feel that affinity, feel that feeling of surrender, that this is the place where I am learning, and be available. See? Krishna did not say, you become my disciple, only then I will teach you. But it was Arjuna's prerogative. He said, Shishyaste ham shadhimam tvam prapannam. He didn't say, you are my guru and you are my God. He didn't say that. He said, I am your student and I am your devotee. He didn't say, you are my guru and you are my God. It's a difference. It's a difference of approach. No student can make a guru, no student can make a God. All the student can do is recognize the student, the ability to learn within himself and the ability to surrender. Ability to learn is disciplehood, ability to surrender or at least move in that direction is devotee, being a devotee. That recognition helps a seeker to go further, not making a guru or making a God. Otherwise, gurus will keep changing, gods will keep changing if things don't go according to your way. Recognize this. Recognize this in your life. Recognize in this interaction. Recognize this when you're moving in this world. Are you going there as a person who is available to the nature, or you are there as the controller of the nature, manipulator of the nature, master of the nature? Because the day you become master, the feeling of that I am the master, it will go away from you. We say Lord is the master of the Prakriti. But you have not even dropped anything. You have not dropped your hunger, you are still reacting to hunger, thirst, likes, dislikes, heat, cold, relations, no relations, birth you are excited, death you are depressed. Someone insults you, you are in depression, someone praises you, you are in the seventh heaven. Everything is disturbing you. See? Get out of it. You work on yourself. Till you are disturbed by all this, you are not master of Prakriti. When you are master of Prakriti, then it's different symptoms are there. All the transactions in the world are carried on the basis of the gold, meaning, here gold meaning substratum. Because of substratum, because of foundation only, everything happens. Because of the foundation of the water, all the waves come. Because of this, one need Because of this, one need not attribute an inferior status to the preceptor. So one should not look down upon the teacher. If someone says, Swamiji, you did a good job, I care a hoot about what you, are you going to validate what I am doing or what I am not doing? Are you going to validate, God, you created a great creation. I give you blessings. तेरी तो अभी दिखाता हूँ नहीं, some people come. Swamiji, you did a very, you organized very well. Who cares for your words? We don't want anyone's accolades. Are you available? If someone has done something great, E is equal to, some stupid, politician comes and says, oh, Einstein, you have done a great job, you have found E is equal to M. He says, whether you give me the greatest prize, give me the funding or don't, I don't care. I don't need your appreciation to be who I am. I don't need your appreciation to do what I have to do. You understand that? Because you are elder to me, we will accept it. We also do the drama. We accept, but we don't need it. They need it. They are not able to bring themselves to surrender. Be a student or a disciple. Same thing with us, with our teacher. It's the same game going on everywhere. It's the same game going on with you and the nature. Are you able to surrender to nature? Then you will not will anything. Then your attention will be on purifying by thinking about the nature as the goddess mother, who is none other than the Lord, and your focus will be on the Lord, who is the master of the nature, of the Prakriti. And He is alone expressing through me. The whole equation changes. The whole equation changes. Is our attention on the substratum or is our attention on the manyness? Inferior status to the preceptor. Fire transforms itself into a lamp and gives light in the same way. Here it is told. Where are we? ये थ गुरुत्वा ये तसे उणे ऐसे झणे कोण ही मणे वन ही प्रकाश दीप पणे प्रकाशी आपुला तैसा देवाची आशक्ती पार्थू देवासीची बहुती परिमाने इये स्तुती गौरव असे आणि पुत्रे मी सर्वगुणी जिणावा हे बापा शिराणी तरी ते शारंग पाणी फळा आली किं बहुना ऐसा नृपा पार्थू झाला से कृष्ण कृपा तो जयाकडे साक्षेपा रीती आहे तोची गा विजयासी ठावो येथ तुझ कोण संदेहो तेथ न ये तरी वावो विजयोची होय. He says, in the same way, through the power of God, Arjuna became better than God, and so to praise him enhances the glory of the God. Meaning, became greater than the God means what? Did Krishna lift any weapon? No. Did Krishna do any miracles? No. All he did, and what was the condition of Arjuna at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita? Total crisis, identity crisis, total despondency, depression. And what happens at the end of the Bhagavad Gita? 180 degrees transformation. Completely overhauled. Complete overhaul. Like your car gets overhauled after service. It's like makhan. Smooth. Arjuna also, no depression, no doubts, no confusions, total clarity as to what his purpose is and who he is and what is the result going to be about a result of this war. Everything is clear because he has realized he is only an instrument in the hands of the divine. So depression comes when ego thinks I have to do something. So ego can only do two things, either win or get defeated. And the circumstances which Krishna created for Arjuna, these people you have to fight. Immediately he came to defeat. Complete crisis. Now after Bhagavad Gita, complete overhauling, where his attention is not on grandfather, teacher, guru, anyone, cousins, etc. His attention is on the Lord. And the overhauling has taken place. Clarity has come about. He has accepted that whatever is the result of this war is going to be a foregone conclusion. And whatever is happening, even at this moment, it's by the Lord's will, it is not my will. So therefore he says, I'll do your bidding. When he said, all my confusions are gone and I'll do your bidding. Whatever you say, I'll follow that. And what is Krishna going to say that what he has to do? He says, no, you follow what you are. Now you are clear, you make the decisions, you live your life, you face your consequences. And the smart way to do that is, to do all this is, to be focused on the Lord. Because he will not make you have confusions, he will not make you make wrong decisions, he will not give you wrong consequences. And during war also Arjuna asks, what should I do? He says, why you are asking me? You are capable to find your own answers, which arrow to use against which. When I have to say something, I'll tell you. And he does prompt once or twice. It's like Akashvani from within. Intuitive. Lord is nothing but your intuitive inner voice. So, just as every father wishes that his son should surpass him in all his qualities, and that very desire bore fruit in the case of Lord Krishna, nay, O king, that party which has on its side Partha is Krishna, Arjuna, that side which has Partha, who has received the favor of Lord Krishna, is bound to win victory in this war. Now Sanjay Maharaj is giving a conclusion. He is also seeing clearly, even the war has not concluded, but he can see clearly what is going to be the result. This is what happens. He surrendered. He has gained the knowledge. And he is saying that which side is dharma is clear to him. And that dharma does not mean what acts we have done. That is also there. But more so here, dharma is where the Lord is and where such a disciple is or a devotee is. Their dharma is. And on our side, on Kaurava's, not our side, on Kaurava's side, who is the teacher? Blind. Who is the teacher? Bhishmacharya, who has committed himself to an inert throne. Who is on his side? Dronacharya, the teacher, who has committed to serve the king and the princess to take revenge from his childhood friend. So the whole intention is wrong. See? Then how can such side, which is totally corrupted in their thinking, whereas Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadeva and Arjuna all are committed to Shri Krishna. They know. And that's why when the Yudhishthira was crowned the emperor, at that time the Yajna Purusha, the person to whom the greatest respect was going to be given, was not Dhritarashtra. Yudhishthira gave it to Shri Krishna. And that created a lot of problem at that time. That why you gave it to him? See? But among the wise, the Bhishmacharya, he had no problem. Dronacharya, he had no problem. Duryodhana had problem. Karna also had no problem. Ego always has problem. And as long as ego is making decisions, it will dig a hole for itself. It will dig a grave for itself. Then what if ego can only survive on desires? Then what is the desire we should have? To Shishyasteham Shadhi Mam Tvam Prapannam. That is the only desire that we must inculcate within us. So here Sanjay is telling the blind king that whichever side there is Partha, whichever side there is Krishna, there alone the victory will be. He is saying this so that the blind king, maybe अभी पहले ट्यूबलाइट था अभी शायद लाइट जल जाएगी, पर he does not change. Why should you have any doubt about it? He is telling the blind king, why should you have doubt about it? Haven't you heard what Krishna has told Arjuna just now? If that party would not win this war, then victory itself would be meaningless. That side where Krishna and Arjuna are there, if after listening to Bhagavad Gita, if they do not win the war, then victory itself is meaningless. So, wherever there is goddess of wealth, her lord and Partha, the son of Pandu, there is bound to be victory and prosperity. This is just the explanation of the word. Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama is going to be told now. So now till now, in these last 10 verses, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi. This was covered. 55, 56 onwards. Manavni Zetha Shri Tethe Shrimantu Zethato Pandu Tasutu Tetha Vijaya Samastu Abhyudayo Tetha Zari Vyasa Che Nisace Dhire Mana Tumce Tariya Bolace Dhruvachi Mana Zethato Shri Vallabhu Zetha Bhakta Kadambu Tetha Sukha Ani Labhu Mangalacha या बोला आन होए तरी व्यासाचा अंकुन वाहे ऐसे गाजोनी बाहे उभिली तेणे एवं भारताचा आवांका आणुनी श्लोका येका संजये करुणायका दिधला हाती. He says, if you have faith in the truthful utterance of sage Vyasa, then what I am saying is inevitable. Where there is, now who is saying this? Sanjay. If you have faith in the truthful utterance of sage Vyasa, what did Vyasji come and do? He gave him opened the third eye for Sanjay, and so that Sanjay could see what was going on the battlefield. Sanjay did not have that ability. The blind king also knows he is just a charioteer. Now he is speaking such profound words. So Sanjay is saying, it is not me who was saying. It was the blessing of sage Vyasa who gave me the divine vision. And because you asked me the question, what happened today that we are getting defeated? So I have narrated the whole story, and it is all by the blessings of sage Vyasa opening my third eye, giving me the divine vision. So if you don't believe my words, at least believe in what sage Vyasa has done. So I have not spoken. What has been spoken is what the divine vision was seeing. I am nowhere in between. See? If you have faith in the truthful utterance of sage Vyasa, then what I am saying is inevitable. Where there is the Lord of Goddess Lakshmi and Arjuna, the master devotee, there abides happiness as also gain of all that is auspicious. Automatically. The name of the game is not to realize God. The name of the game is to be a devotee and surrender and be ready to change. If you take God as the Guru, then you change. If you take God as the Lord, then you surrender. And invoke that become empty enough, dissolve the ego enough to surrender, dissolve the ego enough to transform as a student. Both ways. Because both are hand in hand. One is in the mind. If you are in the level of mind, you are a devotee. If you are in the intellect, you are a student. See. And when you realize, when surrender, both become one, because you go beyond both. Because that consciousness alone is expressing through the intellect, is expressing through the mind also. That same consciousness is expressing through this finger and other fingers also. Why I use these only two fingers? This is the intellect, this is the mind. This is the breath, this is the body. This is the Atma. So therefore, intellect must surrender to the Atma or the Lord. That is the Jnana Mudra. Should this speech of mine prove to be untrue, then I shall forego my claim to be a disciple of sage Vyasa. So proclaimed Sanjay, raising his arms. Now he has come. Blind king, no response from him. कुछ तो हाँ, okay, I understood, noted, कुछ नहीं. He's just sitting like a stone there with no reaction. No response. Forget response, no reaction also. So now Sanjay has come to that peak of his concern for the blind king, if you can see it in these words, where he is saying, if you don't trust me, believe me, at least believe in the sage Vyas, in the words of the sage Vyas. And where there is goddess Lakshmi and Arjuna, master devotee, there abides happiness as the gain of all that is auspicious. And should this speech of mine prove to be untrue, whatever I have said till now, this is the last verse. So whatever I have said till now, if it is untrue, let me not be the disciple of sage Vyasa, because once you are initiated, Vyasa didn't come, I will, now from today onwards you are my disciple. No, majority of the teachers don't do that way. Those who do that way, run away from them. They are tying you down. Then mere look, one word, one tap, one caress on your head, one word in the satsang, which can suddenly obliterate your individuality, because suddenly in that one moment the window opens and you are able to see what is real or have a glimpse of that real. That is initiation. That is initiation. Every satsang is an initiation. Not that we are wanting anyone to initiate, but it is an initiation if the student is available. The student is available. Lord does not initiate anyone, because Lord is everything. But whom does he come and present himself? He who is available. And what is the availability? No ego. So dissolve your ego by thinking of him who has no ego. Lord has got no ego. Don't think, oh, so he is the master of the whole creation, so what a big ego he must be. Yes, he is that ego which includes all the egos. Either be that one, if you want to call it that way, but that is not the right way to approach it. So either you destroy the I that you think you are, or you expand the I to include all the I's. That's the what is that we said in all in one, one in all. Be that. So in this manner, should this speech of mine prove to be untrue, then I shall forego my claim to be a disciple of sage Vyasa. And in this is like the last frustration. Oh blind king, listen to what I am saying. I have not spoken the untruth because I was not speaking. I was only, the Lord was speaking through me, and that Lord was speaking through me only because I was initiated by sage Vyasa. He opened the third eye. You think I have the ability to see what is going on in the war sitting in your room? So if the divine eye has been opened, because of which I am able to see what is going on, then it was not me who was speaking. And if at all, now because conversation is taking place and whatever has been said is true, and is ready to take the oath that if it is untrue, then I am not the disciple of sage Ved Vyas. So with this, in this way, Sanjaya brought the gist of the whole Bharata in one verse and delivered it unto the hands of Dhritarashtra. What is that one verse? That wherever Krishna and Arjuna are there alone Shri, the goddess of wealth, and Vijaya, the victory, is there. That is the gist of the whole thing. And our whole, when we say Bharata, the land which revels, it revels in what? Rata means to revel, Bha is light, revels in light. What is that light? That light is this God and Goddess. That light is that Narayana and Lakshmi. That light is that Purusha and Prakriti. That light is the sun and its sunlight. See? Revel in it, and see its expression in and through everything in creation. Gold and its glitter, the water and its taste, the earth and its fragrance, the fire and its color as well as form, the air and its sound and touch. Everything comes with something. That is its potentiality. Purusha, Prakriti. Purusha is the potential, potentiality is the Prakriti. See it in you also. You are the consciousness. And what is your potentiality? The mind. That mind alone is expressing through the breath, through the senses, through the thoughts, through the body, limbs. Everything is only because there is mind. And the whole Bharata in one verse, and delivered it unto the hands of Dhritarashtra, the king of Kurus. Even though fire has unlimited power to burn, it is utilized to kindle the end of a cotton wick, to dispel the darkness caused by sunset. In the same way, although the Vedic knowledge is infinite, it is contained in 1,25,000 verses of the Mahabharata, and the quintessence of the Mahabharata is contained in the 700 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. It is said that there is nothing in this creation, past, present and future, which is, whether you talk of miracles, whether you talk of test tube baby, whether you talk of clairaudience, clairvoyance, talk of the various missiles, talk of administration, talk of devotion, talk of knowledge, all types of permutation and combinations that this life constitutes of, which we have not even experienced till today, is included in Mahabharata. And the essence of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita, the 700 verses in the middle of Mahabharata, in the Bhishma Parva. So here he says, जैसा नैनो केवढा वन्ही परिगुणाग्री ठेवूनी आणि जे सूर्याची हानी नेस्तरावया तैसे शब्द ब्रह्म अनंत झाले सवा लक्ष भारत भारताचे शते सात सर्वस्व गीता तया ही साता शतांचा इत्यर्थू हा श्लोक शेषींचा व्यास शिष्य संजयाचा पूर्णोद्गारू जो येणे येकेची श्लोके राहे तेणे असके अविद्या जाताचे निके जिंतले होय ऐसे श्लोक शते सात गीते ची पदे आंगे वाहत पदे म्हणो की परमामृत गीता काशीचे. Coming to the conclusion, we are already in the conclusion, but here he says that in this way Sanjaya, we said that, no? Read that. In the same way, although the Vedic knowledge is infinite, it is contained in 1,25,000 verses of the Mahabharata, and the quintessence of the Mahabharata is contained in the 700 verses of the Gita. That is the heart of Mahabharata. The last verse in this Gita is the final utterance of Sanjaya, the disciple of Vyasa, who holds fast to this verse in his heart will have conquered ignorance, root and branch. So, what was the last verse? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Vartho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruvani Tirmatirmama. Yatra Yogeshwara, wherever there is the yogi of all yogis, the Ishvara of all yogis, to whom all the yogis pray, who is he? Krishna. And Yatra, and wherever there is Partha, so where is God, the Lord? He is beyond all the elements. And where is Partha, the individual who is grounded on the earth? That's what the Partha word is used very subjectively. Parth means the one who is of the earth. So his feet are on the ground. And Krishna, is his feet on the ground? No, his feet are everywhere. Arjuna's feet is on the ground. So wherever, on one hand you are grounded, so in karma we must be grounded, but in our imagination we should be with Krishna inside. That is the way. That is the way. Think always from totality level, but act locally. That is the secret of living. That totality level is Krishna, local level is Arjuna. If you can catch this, this is what he is saying. Nowadays the thought is, think globally, act locally. That was the logo, for 2-3 years ago. The same here. Think universally, act locally or groundedly or in that manner. So here he says, the last verse in this Gita is the final utterance of Sanjaya, the disciple of Vyasa, who holds fast to this verse in his heart will have conquered ignorance, root and branch, because who can remove the ignorance? Individuality cannot remove ignorance, because individuality is a product of ignorance. Then who can remove ignorance? Only if this ego, if this individuality can be surrendered at the feet of the Lord. And that's what. So you be the seeker, like the Arjuna, emulate him, develop your qualities, skills, abilities, readiness to be available like Arjuna. So if there is someone whom you want to emulate, you should not emulate Lord. You emulate yourself as long as you are an individual, you emulate yourself as Arjuna, so that you get the right skills. And once you have got the skills, then you merge into the Lord. Just like Arjuna says, I have got no doubt as to who you are and who I am and what my purpose is. Half of the population, what half? 99.9% population is still wondering, what is my purpose, why was I born? Majority, 99.9% population doesn't know why they are here. Those rare few who have come to know, they are saints and sages. Or they are the seekers. Not even saints and sages. They are the seekers. Saints and sages have no purpose. So, conquered ignorance, root and cause. So, Lord can only remove our ignorance because Maya is under the control of the Lord. That Maya at individual level expresses as mind. We are under the control of mind. When we become the witness or merge into the surrender to the divine, we become the master of the mind. Being the master of the mind is equivalent to master of the Maya. Then your attention is not on the mind. By keeping attention on the mind, you can never be the master of the mind. It will पतली गली से ले जाएगा, कहीं पे फंसा देगा. Only by surrendering to the Lord or Atma Sakshatkar, by realizing the self, you can be the master of mind, because thereafter there is no mind. That is the only way. These 700 verses are the footsteps of the Gita, or they are as it were the showers of nectar which have come down from the sky. So that infinite divinity, that Lord who is all pervasive, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, he is appearing as Lord Sri Krishna, and these words have come out of his. So just like that infinite ocean, when it evaporates, then it comes down as the rain. Rain is not happening all over the earth. It's not happening all over the earth. At any given point, somewhere it is happening, no? So Bhagavad Gita is not happening every time. It is happening in front of Arjuna because he was available. If you become available, wherever you are, Gita will begin there. Because Lord is everywhere. Electricity is everywhere. You have to plug in. You have to plug in. We are plugged in into the world. You have to plug into the divine. That's all. I rather feel that these verses are the pillars of the court of the king in the form of self. See? That this is the foundation on which any kingdom should be established. What is Modi ji doing in India right now? Exactly the same. High time. Regain the confidence. Kindle the greatness of the culture that we belong to. People have lost that because of 1300 years of slavery. This thinking also is like that. But see, within 10 years, the transformation is already, you can see it on ground. You can see it in the speech of people. You can see it in their demeanor. There is hope, there is confidence, there is self-esteem. The opposing forces will always be greater in number. The Kauravas. Let it be in mind or let it be on the ground. There will always be more. You have to fight through that. $166. क्या टाइम है? तयाचे विसाट शब्द सुखे म्हणो येती वेद सदेह सच्चिदानंद कान वावेते ऐ स्वर्गापवर्ग दोन्ही ये पदे जया अधीनी तो श्रीकृष्ण बाप जननी कमळा जया म्हणवनी जिया वाही उभा तो लक्ष्मी येचा वल्लभा तेथे सर्व सिद्धी स्वयंभा ये रमी नेणे आणि समुद्राचा मेघू उपयोगे तयाहुनी चांगू तैसा पार्थी आजी लागू आहे ते तये कनकत्व दीक्षा गुरु लोहा परिसु होय किरू परी जगा पोसिता व्यवहारू तेची जाणे. This Gita is like the blessed goddess propounded in the 700 mantras, who has become elated after killing the buffalo Mahisha, we have read the Mahishasur Mardini, Ai Giri Nandini, that one. So that demon which was killed by the goddess, that his name is Mahisha. He was in the form of a buffalo. That buffalo is also a form of another word for ego. So she killed the ego, the ahankar. So same way, this Gita is like the Mahisha, is like the goddess who kills the demon Mahisha, the ego. If we are available to Bhagavad Gita. If nothing, start chanting. Automatically the feeling of wanting to go deeper into understanding some verses of Gita will come. Start chanting. Every day chant one chapter. If that suits you. If doesn't, chant half a chapter. Chant 5 verses. But do it with commitment every day. तुम्हारा चल रहा है कि नहीं? First chapter done? Okay. So this Gita is like the blessed goddess propounded in the 700 mantras, who has become elated after killing the buffalo Mahisha demon in the form of infatuation. It is this infatuation. Parents are infatuated with the children, grandchildren. Children are infatuated with toys. Youth is infatuated with opposite sex. Little bit grown up, then they are infatuated by their jobs, wanting to make a dent in this universe. Want to make an impact. What impact they will make in this world? Did you create the world to make an impact? You make impact on yourself. Be a better person. That impact of you being more integrated will impact everything around. But they want to make an impact there without any change here. Just like parents want the children to study Hinduism, but they run up to buddhe ho gaye. And how old are they? 32, 35 years old. Now we have become parents, so let the children go to the classes. We will not go. Let the children listen to the Mahabharata and Ramayana. We have to work. We have to, we have gone through that. Are? It is not that way. So, infatuation keeps us in the cyclical birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth. We have to shoot out of that. And that only by being a devotee it can happen. Therefore, he who renders it devoted, therefore he who renders it devoted service through body, speech and mind will become the sovereign in the kingdom of bliss by thought, word and deed. To whom? To Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is not only teaching you how to convert a crisis into an opportunity, Vishad Yoga into opportunity. It is teaching you how to turn Karma Yoga into an opportunity to realization through the process. How to convert Bhakti Yoga into a greater you, the Gyan Yoga into a greater you. So every aspect, every pathway that is possible is covered in this Bhagavad Gita. Upanishads only talk about self-realization. Bhagavad Gita not only talks about self-realization, but it talks about the world also. It has analyzed the world very perfectly. How? There in Upanishads, we only talk about the self, the self, the self, the self, the self. Here, when we saw the Gunatita Yoga and the Bhakti Yoga and other, what are the different intricacies in devotion, what happens in meditation, what happens in Karma Yoga, what happens in every small nook and cranny has been scratched and looked at and then sorted out for the benefit of the seeker, for the seeker's mind. Nothing is left untouched. And everything that is touched is an aspect of this creation only. Crisis is happening to everyone in this life. Coming out of, how do I come out? This is also a problem for everyone. What are the symptoms? Majority of the people don't know the symptoms of crisis. one of the chief ministers, the premier of, I remember 15, 20 years ago, he was the premier of Western Australia. 15 years he was the premier, and he didn't know that he was in depression. And then immediately he resigned. That it was clinical depression. Imagine you don't even know that you are depressed and you are continuing. Many people don't know, and then they justify. I'm like that, I get angry. I'm like that, I'm irritated. Everything irritates me. Or sometimes they don't even know that. They think that's the norm. So here it is telling that one who offers themselves by thought, word and deed, pray to the Bhagavad Gita, respect it. The text also respect it. Don't touch it with your feet, don't study it with the TV on, don't study it while eating food. No, be fresh when you're approaching it. Keep it in the altar. Have good words to speak about Bhagavad Gita. If you don't have that, then it will not grace you. She is the mother. And what is the best way to serve through speech? Chant the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samavetayu yutsavaha. Keep chanting one chapter every day. If you do that, the words will, without you reading the commentary, the words will start revealing themselves. The words will start revealing. If you have the background of Sanskrit or thoda bahut, they will start revealing. If that is not the case, because you don't know the language, a greater interest will be generated inside of you. What is this word Parabrahma? It's coming so many times. What is this Samatvam Yoga Uchyate? It's coming again and again so many times. What does it mean Sukha Dukkha Samekritva? What does it mean? We don't have to study. Automatically your mind will go and catch something. I want to know a little bit more. Like someone who was listening, they come to chant with me, and we did Kathopanishad chanting, with Vedic chanting. And as she was chanting, something grabbed her mind, and she went and she listened to the talk, and then she read the text, and next day a list of questions. Didn't even study the whole Kathopanishad, but just merely chanting generated a little. Swamiji, what is that saying? I gave only a little bit. I said, go and listen to it detail on the YouTube. And she did that. This is how it catches you from inside. No, but it's not happening because you are not doing it. You start chanting, it will start happening. But chant with devotion. Chant with as if the grace is coming, that because of her grace you have come to chant her, remember her. Then see the magic. Such a person gains the sovereignty in the kingdom of bliss. Lord Krishna has revealed the Gita in 700 verses which have surpassed the sun's rays in dispelling darkness. Sun rays dispel the darkness of the world, outside world. But after 24 hours, 12 hours, again the darkness comes. It's only temporary removal of darkness. Darkness comes again. Bhagavad Gita, she removes the darkness once and for all. And this is not the outside darkness. This is the ignorance which leads to desires and karma. So this ignorance, and what is that ignorance? Ignorance is not knowing your essential nature. Not knowing your essential nature, you have accepted you are an individual. But what are you actually? You are the infinite. Not knowing that you are the infinite waters, ignorance is you have accepted you are only the wave. Then you complain, then you run, then you compare, then you compete, then you pray. But you are always the infinite waters. This is ignorance. Until unless we don't transform our vision to see that this play is the divine playing with himself. then the solution is complete. But that Bhagavad Gita gives you that vision. These Gita verses are like the grapevines forming a bower to provide a resting place for those who suffer fatigue in the journey of worldly life, or they are like the lotuses in bloom in a dark lake, and saints are like bees which enjoy their honey. So, first example, they are like the grapevines forming a bower to provide a resting place for those who suffer fatigue in the journey of worldly life. When we have become tired of life, if we have become tired of continuously being thrown this way and that way, circumstances are never conducive, relationships are going sour, children are not listening, or everything is perfect. This first scenario was everything was not perfect. Second scenario is everything perfect. It's too good to be true. कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा यार, सब कुछ बढ़िया है. ये भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, सब कुछ बढ़िया है, एवरीथिंग इज परफेक्ट. हाउ कैन इट बी सो परफेक्ट? If it is so perfect, then why am I, this emptiness is in everyone's heart. If everything is perfect, still why I am feeling empty inside? Still, why am I not feeling fulfilled in life, content in life? If everything is perfect, still children are good, job is there, money is there, wealth is there, grandchildren, children, everyone is respectful, caring, everything is going perfect. Friends are happy, good, respect, reverence is there in the society, people look up to you, yet there is emptiness in the heart. There is a feeling of incompleteness, that something is missing. Majority of the people think about this only on the deathbed. We are thinking while we are alive. Deathbed, these thoughts come. Gita makes you prepone so that we prepare and are aware at the time of the going away of the body, and recognize that there is nothing called coming and going. You are the constant one. See? So, come, take shelter in that cave formed by the bush and away from the heat of the sun, meaning heat of the world, all the comings and goings. I told you one example, no, the other day, that one lady from Sydney, she had cancer. I said, tell me one thing that you feel. She said, I feel relieved. I said, relieved because of cancer? She says, yeah. Every day I used to go shopping, 2 hours used to go, because that person has called me for birthday, so I have to call them for birthday. If that person has given me present, then I have to give that person a present. That grandchild of that friend is having birthday, so I have to keep the present ready or the bouquet ready. Every day going into this. She says, now I got one excuse. She's smiling. Now I don't have to do anything. Anyone says, I got cancer. They say, please come for the birthday, I got cancer. If someone says, oh, there is a wedding, I got cancer. She says, I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do anything. I'm so relieved from the running around just for being nice to people. That's also tiring. So whenever we want relief, we go into the shade of Bhagavad Gita. Second example that is taken, or they are like the lotuses in bloom in the dark lake. So, where do the lotuses bloom? Now don't say dark lake. Where do lotuses bloom? In dirty waters. That water has to be pure water. Lotuses will not grow. They will not be healthy. They will die. The water has to be dirty. In that dirty water, they take the nutrition from the dirty water, and they do not become dirty themselves by floating on the dirty waters and give out beauty and nectar and everything, isn't it? So what is the dirty water? Is the changing world, is the dirty water. Get nourishment from this dirty water. What is the nourishment? Bhagavad Gita. This is also part of this world. Take nourishment. And then with this nourishment, rather than every time saying, oh, why did that person do to me like this? Why did that person not give me the money back? Why did that person charge me so much? Why today the exchange rate is so much? Today in Bali, this is what we are calculating every day. So those examples are there. For 200 rupees Balinese, this is your 10 cents. We are worried. It makes no dent in your life, but the excitement, oh, abhi zyada lega. But this is what, and same way, the ups and downs of life is every time you go, like you go into the swimming pool, when you don't know how to swim, then what you do? You keep drinking the chlorinated water. Then you get burps, etc., etc. You can get disease also. But lotus doesn't. It takes the nourishment, not everything that is there, but only what is required for its health, the lotus. So you also take what from this creation, what do you take? You take the Bhagavad Gita, you take the Vedas, you take the Upanishads. There's so much, I take the essence of all that. Essence of all the Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita, according to Sanjay, is the last verse. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanudhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhuti. See? So take that and come recognize that, and then what do you do after that? Float over the water. Float above the world. Don't get caught up in the world. World is like that. Somewhere there is praise, somewhere there is insult, somewhere there is honor, somewhere there is dishonor, somewhere there is hunger, somewhere there is thirst, somewhere you'll get what you want, sometimes you will not get what you want, isn't it? Get out of all that. Start floating. Floating is effortless. Swimming is effort. Floating is effortless. All you have to do is spread your hands and legs on the waters, and automatically the body is buoyed up and you start floating. And this is the way. And in this world, saints and sages are those who are drinking the nectar, who have drunk the nectar, and are the bees which enjoy the honey, their honey. So be one of them. Start, you get the glimpse, you're coming again and again. You are, majority of them are not. But that's not the end. Just listening is not the end. Abide. Abide. Be doubt free. Be confusion free. Be totally in tune with the divine. We'll conclude here. 1670. So remember this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.